Seven. Yes.
7.
Shit, it's so much. You forget counting, huh?
Yeah, 007.
Okay, cool. Welcome, Tom, our
Thank
new
you.
guest.
Thank you so much.
What's your full name, Tom?
My full name is Ayrton Wallace Soares Ferreira.
Oh, I get how you get Tom out
What?
of
Wait,
that.
Ayrton?
Ayrton, yeah. Yeah, I mean, in Brazil, we always
That's
have...
Brazilian?
Yeah. We always have... It's Portuguese, actually.
Okay.
So we always have 2 names, 2 surnames.
Okay.
It's a bad habit that we have to give kids this many names.
Yeah.
I think it's very stupid, but...
Colombians
but it's-
do the same, right?
yeah, exactly. So Tom comes from Ayrton.
That's fucked
Tio.
up.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Then.
Yeah, my grandma didn't like saying Ayrton. Yeah, it's not my favorite name ever. So
So is
No?
it Ayrton? So is Ayrton on the ID or is it Tom on the ID?
it's Ayrton on the ID.
Shit. How so? The people when you go to Bugam to something, do they like? Oh, shit.
Yeah, they just say no. First they try to remind my surname is Soares Ferreira,
Okay.
but you know Germans can roll the R, or most of them at least.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Ferreira, Herr Soares.
Tom's good.
Yeah.
Tom is okay. Yeah. Tom will do it. Okay, Tom. So you're from Brazil, right?
Yes.
Born
exactly.
there or?
Born and raised.
Okay.
Oh,
in,
shit.
in the streets of Montes Claros.
Is that like what was that movie called? City of Gods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, but
is
that's
it
like fuck. That's brutal.
favelas. Was it like? Is that what I'm picturing?
No. So City of God is a kind of a
Cliche.
not a cliche, because back in the 70s it was actually like that. And there's some places in Rio that still are like that. But City of God is in Rio, so that's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Rio is something else. That's
Okay.
like when you think about Brazil, it's so big. In Rio is something else. Like culturally speaking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people are completely different. And where I come from is a little more like a Brazilian Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you're a
Country.
ratchet. You're a Brazilian
country.
ratchet, huh?
Yeah, I see you.
Kids over there in the background laughing like you gonna get you.
Oh, but that's
motherfucker.
that's nice though. You got like similarities with Hayes from Mississippi and
Yeah.
riding like horses to school, I guess. I don't know. Or pigs, I guess. So I don't know. what
No, but wait,
did.
you guys have schools, right?
Almost.
No, yeah,
I was educated by the elders.
No, but how is it growing up in Brazil? Is it like you have a lot of people from around the world that want to live there, not being they're probably being a little bit naive and thinking like, oh, you know, beaches, they have the weather, and maybe not like hip to all the political, you know, or what people are
Yes.
going through that are living there. But how is it for somebody that came? Is there a lot of people there trying to get out, or is it that they're just content with actually living there and not worried about leaving?
I mean, living outside Brazil, I've noticed that people, the image that they have of Brazil in their heads is completely different from what actually reality is.
Okay.
Is it a beautiful country? Yes. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I was in Brazil this year before the Rona, and it was pretty dope. I was on holidays with my girl and some friends, and the picture they have on their heads is completely different from, for instance, the Brazil that I grew up in.
Okay.
All the touristic places are always on TV, and then you see samba and blah, 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 blah. But the real Brazil, what real people do, what real people eat, and how they live, it's something completely different.
Yeah.
And the people are a little naive when it comes to, I want to live in Brazil because it seems so nice and
Yeah.
everybody seems so...
And cheaper to live.
yeah, exactly.
And, you know, yeah.
But it's not really how it is. I've also met lots of people who are half Brazilian, half German.
Okay.
And the view that they had, the picture that they had of Brazil in their heads was completely distorted.
Also distorted.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like most definitely.
Yeah.
Like they talked about Brazil as if it was the most amazing
Yeah,
place in the
Eldorado,
world. And it is. I love it.
Yeah.
Obviously, but we do have our issues.
Yeah. So it's I guess there's a lot of racism there, obviously, because of
Obviously,
the big black,
yeah, bro, it's Brazil.
big black population, and I know that there's like the lighter your skin, more jobs and opportunities you get.
Exactly, yeah. I think this is one of the biggest characteristics of black culture in Brazil, is that the way, I mean, for those who don't know, slavery happened in Brazil as well. and it was a little different from how it happened in the Caribbean and in the States.
Yeah.
So the influx of slaves was much higher. Obviously, I think in the States there were like around 350,000 slaves or Africans which were brought as slaves. In Brazil, we was 6 million.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So technically, 50% of our population is black. We got emancipated much later than in the States. We did struggle with a few things, and slavery in general was completely different.
Yeah.
So we had this skin tone class based system. Where
What?
yes, where
that's a big
the
thing,
lighter your skin is, the more
What class you go to?
yes, the more privileges you have
more
as a black
opportunities
person.
you have.
What?
And
Oh, man.
and the Portuguese and the Dutch, and the British, which were decolonizers in Brazil, they used the system to throw black people against each other.
Yeah, of
For
course.
generations.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably still to this day.
Yes, I mean that's why we are as divided as we are today, I think. And a lot of black people are not very self-aware because they still hold to this idea that if you are black but you please the ways of the white man, you're gonna get more opportunities and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Crazy.
It is.
Is that why you wanted to leave? Or that was not part of the issue? What actually made you want to get out and explore?
I think me leaving was something that happened by chance.
Okay.
I just had an opportunity and I grabbed it. It's usually not a thing among black Brazilians.
Okay, so that's not a thing.
No, not at all. I mean, if you meet Brazilians in Germany, not just in Germany, in the world in general, you're gonna see that 99% of them are white.
White Brazilians, yeah.
Yeah,
And
every
it's true.
Brazilian I know is white.
Yes.
Maybe like 2-3 are like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the idea of leaving the country for black people is something totally out of our reality.
Like a
in general.
fantasy type
Yes.
thing. All right.
For instance, when I moved out from home, I moved first to England, and I would call my grandmother. She was still alive back then, God rest her soul, and she wouldn't believe that I wasn't in Brazil.
Okay.
She would be like, "Hi, Granny, I'm in England." You're like, "England?"
She would just laugh.
She was just like, "Ah,
Yeah.
you are you got your cousin's place, I see."
So
Yeah.
when did you arrive here?
In Germany, I came to Germany in 2015.
Oh wait, so
Yeah.
England was for like
Yes,
London
I went.
or what?
Yeah. High Wycombe is a small town near London. I came to Europe in 2013, 12, 13.
Wow, so you're like original Brazilian.
Yeah.
Not like
I'm
3-4 years old.
Oh, nah, I'm OG, man.
Yeah, okay.
Which makes a huge difference as well when you come across
Yeah, I bet.
Brazilians.
I thought you lived in Africa as well.
Yes.
Right?
I went to some sort of boarding school.
Oh, okay.
It's a long story.
Okay.
Yes, I lived for about 2 years in Senegal.
Dope
yes.
experience.
It was a British boarding school. We were in the middle of a village, in the middle of nothing.
Okay.
Very Christian place, although the country's Muslim. But it was one of the best times of my life, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I made lots of German friends.
Yeah.
And that's why I came to Germany.
Oh, okay. Through that, then.
Okay,
Yes.
that's
I was gonna say, are you still in contact with people? But then I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't live without them.
Did you completely came to Germany because of your friends, or you also?
I wanted to. So after I lived in Senegal, I went back to Brazil, and when I got there, I saw it's not going to work to live here.
Yeah, okay, because you had already seen other stuff. I guess even.
And as much as I love my family and my city and stuff, there's a certain point. I mean, it's very limited. Like the place I come from it's very limited.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have a lot of opportunities. It's not a small city. It's bigger than Frankfurt, but for Brazilian standards, it's still small, and it's a very wide city, and it's very segregated. People pretend that it's not.
Yeah,
but it's.
I was gonna
just,
say they don't have like different stores for different people, do they?
No, it's not like that. But
all right.
That would be crazy. I mean,
but it's not like that. But I've been followed in the shopping mall by a security guard several times, and it's the kind of place that you know where you're not welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
wow. That's
Okay.
crazy.
They're obviously not gonna say on their face, and then if you tell them, "Oh, you're racist," no, we racist? No, this doesn't exist in Brazil. We are a multicultural country.
You don't see?
But back to the story. I saw that it was not gonna work to stay where I was, and back then I had a lot of German friends I made while I was living in England in Senegal. I was dating a German girl, and then I was looking through the internet, several degrees of what I could study, and I found one, and I applied for it, and they accepted me, which is something that usually people would never think about, especially coming from Brazil. I mean,
okay. So
especially coming from the exact town I come from, and they accepted me, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I moved
cool.
here in 2015 to study.
Cool. So how is study going?
I am technically finished.
Technically.
Well, technically, congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of going to school. Not going to school because I love learning. But, but just sitting on a classroom and stuff is a little difficult.
I hear you.
So I'm writing my thesis right now, but I haven't been there in a while.
Okay.
So it's just I'm working and writing my thesis. So.
And what is it exactly called? What you study?
So I study something called international wine business.
Wine business. Okay.
So it's there's a lot of wine in this region, and there is this University of Applied Sciences near Wiesbaden, which is specialized in wine-based studies. So you can study anything related to wine and to agricultural sciences in general.
Okay.
And yeah, it was fun. I lived there for a short while. It's a very small city where the university is, and it's a little boring, but colleagues were nice, and it was fun for some time.
Wow, crazy.
So have you, that means you drank a lot of wine, right?
Yes, it's true.
You like wine?
I do like wine.
Well, you have to like, because that would be.
Not necessarily.
No? Like you would be so much into the business that you don't care what you sell. I mean, since somebody picks that, I guess they have to know what they're selling, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think my relationship. I'm I'm glad my relationship with wine is not crazy close because I think. I mean, if you want to sell wine, if you want to be on a business, the more unbiased you are, the better it is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because you might have a favorite. Or
but like your judgment of things can be very biased if you are way too connected to it. I mean, I think I'm 100% sure my colleagues disagree with me.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe they don't drink as much as you do. But yesterday I was at my friend's place. She knows this guy's the wine pond, right?
Yeah.
Basically what they do is they deliver wine to you.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's one guy who made it. My friend knows him. Apparently it's one guy, but now it's like a crew or something. I don't know, whatever. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And then yesterday we went to her place. She got 3 wines, one very, very strong red wine and 2 white wines. One was like what's the name of that one that white people here like to drink it?
Riesling.
Like champagne? No. She had one bottle of Riesling and the other one is not champagne, but it's...
Prosecco, Zach.
Prosecco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and Prosecco. So Prosecco, Riesling, and some red wine. Yeah. And wow, it was crazy wine. It was really, really one of the best wines I've tasted.
So
and they apparently send random bottles. So you know them or?
Yes, the guy who started it studied with me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
His name's Antonio. Shout out to him. I at Wine Pond. It's pretty good.
Okay.
We studied together. Yeah, he's Italian. Pretty cool guy. Okay. And one of the best sommeliers I've ever met.
Yeah?
Yeah. He knows his stuff.
Oh, okay.
Really good.
Yeah, I mean...
So how does he just know what you want to drink? You mean he just sends anything? You said it was a surprise thing?
I don't know if it's a surprise thing. I think you can order.
Yes,
but
there's
they
a
have
website.
There's a website, yeah.
Okay.
But they also have random. It's not like they have all sorts of wines.
Oh, okay.
From what I've figured.
Yeah, his portfolio is gigantic.
And it's not like you can go to Reve. I mean, you can for some, I suppose, but like not to all of them.
All for this different variety, I guess.
I don't know.
If you're willing to spend slightly more, I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but if you're willing to spend slightly
12
more
euro
for
per bottle, 10,
Yes.
12.
That's what you mean, like 12 euros?
Yes,
that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, compared
okay for wine.
to supermarket prices, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And having the knowledge that he has and his team has to offer you, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, because if you call him on the phone and ask about the wines, he's gonna explain to you bottle by bottle,
Okay.
so you can make your decision.
Huh.
And it's fantastic.
Wow. So you guys
small the
connected?
world is.
Yeah, but because you studied.
Because you did it yesterday.
Yeah, I did it yesterday. Did you study it on the same? You were on the same year? Or
Yeah,
what?
we were in the same class.
Oh shit! So how come you guys didn't connect? Or?
I mean, we meet every other while because our
Interesting.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, we have most of our friends from university. They ended up moving to Frankfurt. So
okay, that's
time
pretty
to time
cool.
we meet, he always brings cool wine. So that's nice.
That's pretty cool, man. Respect. But wines are crazy, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Are you more of a white or a red wine guy?
I do love white wine.
White.
Yeah,
Me
me too.
More white.
I love Californian wines and in New Zealand kiwi wines.
Kiwi wine.
Yeah.
Never had it.
Sauvignon Blancs from New Zealand. They are crazy.
Where do you buy this? I guess. Buy
Yeah.
it.
You can actually find.
I don't know.
You can actually find everywhere. Even in River, for instance, there's lots of amazing wines on their selection.
Yeah.
If you go to a bigger River or a bigger Edeka, they have this crazy wine aisles with hundreds and hundreds of.
Okay.
Wow.
And throughout my studies, I had the opportunity to try a lot of supermarket wines because we did research and stuff and
To see the difference, I guess. From
and on quality, on different price, quality ratios and stuff. And there is a few companies which are very big.
Yeah.
From Australia and New Zealand that they make fantastic wine because the weather's so good that
Yeah.
you can make a lot of good wine for very low price.
Okay,
because
that's
the
why
weather's
they can do
amazing.
What's the name of it?
Any wine that you get from
I like the New Zealand kiwi.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah, New Zealand Key,
Yeah, it's called Cloudy Bay.
Cloudy Bay,
Yes, anything from Cloudy Bay, it's gonna be fantastic.
Bay of Plenty.
Yeah, Penfolds from Australia. Penfolds, it's the name of the winery. They sell in River.
Okay.
It's amazing wine for the price range as well.
Okay.
I find.
Yo, I'm gonna hit you up after the episode. Like, yo, I
found
need
the
a
perfect
list.
Raver.
I need a perfect Revel list.
I got
the
a whole
money.
list.
Hey guys, this is Bruno. I'm sorry, but we had some technical issues while recording the podcast, so some of the parts were not recorded properly. That's why we had to cut it out. Sorry if it doesn't make sense. So we will just remove those parts that got basically fucked up. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the episode. I have a question. Is it so fish?
Yes.
When I have no ideas, I'm no close to sommelier. All I know is like I like this one and I don't like this one.
Which is important.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, but however, my question is fish, red or white wine?
White.
Prosecco.
What? I also say white, but like if it's octopus, then red, right? Because you can cook octopus in red wine as
Who
well.
eats octopus?
Bro, it's the best shit ever.
It's amazing.
No.
You're from Jersey, bro. What the
No, yeah, but I can eat everything except for octopus.
You so why?
I don't. It's just.
Why are you segregating like that?
I hate.
Did you see that movie on Netflix, My Friend Octopus?
No.
Oh my god, you have to see this shirt. What the fuck?
No.
I heard it's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy
He's
who
friends
like
with the octopus.
yeah, and he goes
quits
to
his
see
job,
the no, bro.
and,
Literally,
goes really every day goes to, and he comes and meet him. That's like really nice.
yeah, you know it.
No, I just know the trailer. Like
Ah,
that.
you know the
I've heard
trailer.
it.
Okay.
You know, like I should watch it.
No,
but
it's not so fun, interesting actually. Actually, it's not. But wait, why don't you eat octopus?
Because look at that dude. You think he would eat octopus after he had a friend?
He would fuck that octopus from
maybe
that-
my friend is an octopus, and I just don't. Deep down inside, I know it. That's why I can't eat it. And I really get mad when everybody says like, "It's so good, it's so good," and I'm thinking about my little octopus.
Do you have an octopus?
No, but maybe one day I get like a midlife
his head
crisis.
looks like an octopus a little bit.
Midlife
close
crisis,
enough.
and I go to the beach and I go scuba diving, and
I
You
Crazy.
need an octopus. That's what happened, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. But wait, back to the question. What about a red wine
Octopus.
with octopus? Yeah, or with fish? For me, like
So,
red wine doesn't go with
The whole reason why people drink white wine with fish
because it's white. The fish.
and lemon with fish is because there's a lot of acidity on white wine as well as in lemon, and acidity brings up flavor in whatever you're eating. So it accentuates the flavor.
Yeah, but also I also heard, is it also true that like color goes with color? So like fish is white wine. If you eat a beef steak, a steak, red wine. Is there?
Yes, to a certain extent.
Okay.
The thing is that there's lots of those rules which are bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause I've
Yeah.
had steak and white wine.
Yeah, me too.
I've also had steak and
me
white
too.
wine. It's not like a.
Gemischt. I had gemischt.
What, red and white wine?
No.
together?
It's like sparkling water and then white wine. We call it gemischt.
German style.
Actually,
It's a Weinschorle.
in Croatia, this is super popular.
Yeah, so you guys are really German.
Italian.
No, it's just Hitler was very powerful in Croatia back then.
Yeah, he had fans.
Yeah, he had some fans. Yeah, he had some fans. Exactly, some racist fans. Exactly, exactly.
Croatia fan club.
But anyway,
Speaking of which, the craziest thing happened to me. Speaking of Hitler, which is,
Oh, okay.
speaking of Hitler,
I was playing ball in Offenbach with a couple of friends.
in
Yeah.
Offenbach or in Offenbach?
In Offenbach.
I'm fucking with you.
So I was playing basketball in Offenbach with a couple of friends, and those three white guys joined us, and they were like very big and looked very scary and everything, but they were very nice.
Yeah.
And then we talked a little bit. We played ball together. I smoked a little bit of the joint.
Yeah.
We were bonding and shit. And then after,
Sorry. Sorry, continue. I'm sorry, I heard that different word. It's just because of the headphones, you know.
it's tripping out. So after a couple of games, one of them took his shirt off.
Okay.
And he had a fucking swastika tattoo.
What?
Right on his chest. And he was super nice to me. I was so fucking confused.
He's like, wait.
Because the homies I was
Muscle
with.
swastika.
Yeah, right? Like, because I was with two homies. One of them, he's British, but he's black. And with a German Turkish friend.
Yeah.
And then and then when he took his shirt off, we were like, the fuck?
But how big was the tattoo? Was it small or was
small.
really
It was
big?
like this. It was like this big.
Directly
Like a chain.
here.
Right
type thing.
here.
Oh.
Right in the middle.
Swastika tattoo.
A swastika tattoo.
And did he look? Oh, did he look? Did he give you the look like I know that you saw that I have a
No,
swastika?
he was very open about his swastika tattoo on his
Okay.
chest.
He talked about it.
No, he didn't talk about it, but he wasn't shy.
Yeah. I had I guess a friend you can say like that here on the other side of Frankfurt back in the day, and he was like really proud about it. And even though he stepped out of the scene, you can, I guess, never let it go when you're like 20 something years in it. But he was definitely cool with like everybody. But he was so happy about his swastika tattoos. He would take you to his room and you see nothing but like
Nazi
crazy Nazi shit like everywhere.
Shit.
And just be there smoking with him. And I'm like, I can't believe, I'm smoking in his room like this. He might flip out one day and like, I don't know.
Imagine you did
Like,
shrooms there.
What a time to be alive.
Right.
like Hitler would not be proud.
And he felt completely comfortable with a black person in his room.
I mean, he was out the game. Like, he was like really out of it, but I don't think you can be out of it.
I'm out of the game.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of it. You know what I'm saying? But so he was chilling, like, Frankfurt.
I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Still
He
work
just
like
changed
that?
up. I guess. I don't know.
Is he listening to this podcast?
No, he's on drugs, like heroin and stuff like that now.
Shit. Is there any chance he can hear it?
Maybe. You never
Because I don't want to. I want to come safe home tonight.
Or you want to have him come down? And talk?
No, it's too
Shut
much. It would be too annoying. Like I'm sure it's gonna be interested content wise, but the amount of stress I would have to have.
Huh.
Yes, indeed.
Is he like really like is he a junkie or what?
Sometimes.
I don't know.
Like he has his phases. Like
You
you'll
still
see
tie with him?
You'll see him for like 6 months and be straight. He's like very smart when it comes to electronics and like really smart when it comes to computers and shit. But then you'll see him, and then he's like, I'm like, what the fuck? What's up, Michi? And he'll be like, oh, I just came from down the street. I'm like, where? He's like, yeah, the hospital. I'm like, but it's like 6 a.m. You're allowed to be out? He's like, no, I just left. You know, and I could tell he was like all fucked up, dirty as hell. But then sometimes you'll see him, he's like real
You still
clean.
tight with him or what?
I'm not tight with him. I just, I know
the guy.
him for a long time. Smoke, We bring people together, yo.
The retired Nazis.
Who would have thought that? Like a black dude and a Nazi chilling.
Bro, imagine. That would be crazy.
Yo, exchanging gifts. And so let me show you my Black Panther shit.
Yeah. Actually, I had my Panther tattoo then at the same time. He would always talk about it, like give me facts and shit.
Yeah, did you talk about like Nazi?
Yeah, we always talked about it.
And what was
He was just very open. We would talk back and forth. He would also know he wasn't one of those people who was just into his whole Nazi shit, but he would also know a lot of facts about history, about the States, and also their Nazi movement, also the Black Panther and everything like that. He'd be talking.
But what was the reason he
would want to know that?
No, why is he a Nazi? Like what does he like?
Yeah, when he would
what
talk
was his
about
background?
it, I guess back then it was really for him like that the white race was definitely better, superior.
And then he's sitting with you, chilling, smoking a joint.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, it's just inferior, no?
But that's when he's, like I said.
Who rolled the joint, you or him?
I don't remember. I couldn't remember that.
No, but wait, I don't know. This sounds trippy for me.
No, he has like an African girlfriend now. No, I just play with you. They live there,
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but those people, they know they shit. I was actually talking to a friend today about it. That, I mean, I have a lot of books about racism at home, and there's a couple of them which are from white supremacists. And I'm super curious, and I find it interesting also to read.
See their point of view.
See theirs. Okay.
Yeah, what those motherfuckers
think.
How they think. And there's one of them that it's from he was a professor. He's passed away already. He was a professor. He taught at Cape Town University, and he lived in Africa most of his life doing research. And he was racist as fuck.
Okay.
Like crazy white supremacist.
Yeah.
Crazy. And the way that he talks about in his book about just that he's superior, it's very interesting. I'm like, I really have to understand how this person thinks so I can understand the whole movement, so I can be very informed about it. Because I mean, as black people, our life is fighting against those people.
Yeah.
It's an everyday struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, for my parents was, for my grandparents was as well. And it's very likely that my children will still deal with this bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's important to understand. And then she said, she was saying that she don't really, it's too much negativity for her.
That energy.
It's a little too much to absorb. But it's also funny because my favorite book about racism ever, like the best book I've ever read, it's not from a white supremacist guy, but it's from a white guy.
Oh, okay.
And he was a professor as well, researched the topic, and in this book he writes about the difference between racism in Brazil and the States, and how the way that racism happened influences today's black-white relations.
Yeah, okay.
And he talks about some serious fucked up shit, like some serious like cruel shit, like
comparisons,
like interbreeding. He talks about the way that slaves were sold as children in the States. He talks about how cruel slavery was, but he talks it from a very cold outside perspective,
like objective perspective.
So objective, that it's scary objective. The way that he talks about that, he was like, and he always says in the beginning.
I think that's interesting.
Yes, in the beginning of each chapter, he says, writing this book was very difficult, and I wrote it with the help of a lot of black people, a lot of black researchers, and people who live the black experience.
Yeah.
But I try to be as unbiased as possible into anything, and sometimes I might sound too cold, but it's because this is the approach, the scientific approach of the book.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that. Do you think that's important? Reading or like seeing and analyzing and digging up this point of view towards black people to then better understand this and then maybe fight against it or whatever? Like, do you think it's
What
that
did
important?
he learn from himself? Was there like an afterward or like a
What was that? Yeah.
conclusion to?
I mean, you mean on the book or
Yeah, on his book. Yeah.
On his book, the conclusion. I mean, he wasn't trying to find anything out. He was
just putting it out there.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
It was just a factual. He was just listing a few characteristics of both systems which had not been listed together and compared to one another. So he wasn't trying to find a certain answer to whatever problem he was facing, but just to list this is what happened in the States. This is what happened in Brazil. Those are the similarities. Those are the differences.
And this is the fact. Yeah.
And this is why it's like this in Brazil. It's like this in the States.
Was there any moment in the book that he thought or gave any blame to the black people themselves?
No.
It was just a real biased thing from a black person's point of view, or a white person, or just.
He was factual. That's the
I'm
thing.
trying to picture which way was he trying to like present it.
The thing. There's no way. There's no way to not sound pro-black if you are being factual. Those were the facts.
Okay.
I mean,
but it could have still been from an unbiased outside perspective.
Is it pro-white then, or what?
No. What I mean is he was a white researcher. He wrote about black people his whole life. He was an African American studies professor.
Okay.
African culture studies professor or something like this. And once you look at the history, there's no way that there is any blame to be taken away from the people who were the colonizers, who oppressed.
Okay.
White people.
White people.
Yeah.
So on the American case, white, Protestant, British.
Yeah.
And in the Brazilian case, Catholic, Portuguese.
Yeah.
Because the religion also played a very big role.
Big role in control.
So he says in the book that white people shouldn't be blamed for what they did.
No.
To African Americans.
No, he says no. There's no.
Okay.
He just lists exactly
what happened,
and why it happened like this, and why
did slavery happen for him?
So the thing is, the thesis that he defends on why slavery happened. This is for this thesis. There's no scientific data enough to analyze it and to give a final answer. But his view is, and he says that it's a more or less of a personal view when he says this is that the reason why slavery happened, the reason why white people hunted and enslaved and oppressed black people for this long was that if you think about Europe as a continent, it's cold. And resources are not endless. The resources end very easily when it's cold. The food is over, and then you have to hunt.
And certain things you lose, yeah.
Yes, and it's always been a struggle to survive here throughout thousands of years.
Yeah.
That's why the Neanderthals did so bad, and ceased their existence.
Yeah.
And it was also difficult for humans. Because they would struggle with finding resources, and they had to fight, they had to kill, they had to steal from other villages, and that's why it's always been this part of dispute in this continent for hundreds and thousands of years. People been killing each other. It's crazy here.
Yeah.
I mean, not now anymore,
Strong
but
to survive.
Yes, they were just trying to survive, and Europeans in general, as human beings, they became very aggressive. Because they don't trust anybody.
Because they got used to it.
Yes, and
it's like living on the block.
Yes, and they have to kill before they get killed. Yeah. And this is what happened when they got to the African continent.
Yeah, they felt it as a threat.
Yeah,
it's a threat, and if we don't dominate, they would dominate it first.
Like different skin color. Yes. They noticed it probably, and they were like, okay, this is something. Yeah,
and that is also the reason why Europeans advance technologically when it comes to weaponry so fast, because they had to in order to survive.
Yeah.
That was their mentality.
Yes, when you think about it, it's such a big flip-flop when thousands of years ago all the top scholars of Europe were going to Africa to learn. And then you have come later, and then you're looking at like Rome and everything, and they have all the columns, and that's like compared to Egypt, which is way older.
Yeah.
They were all there, Alexandria.
Alexandria.
So they were all there like learning, and then you have such a flip-flop later when it came to, I guess, organize, and maybe it was that instinct and seeing, hey, Africa has so many resources. We can't let this keep on happening.
And it's not like in Africa there was no dispute and then there was no war and killing. Obviously there was, but just the reason that resources were abundant and they didn't have to struggle as much in order to survive was enough for them to kind of, I think according to the book, that to stay kind of chill about this whole war and technological advancements shit. And the Europeans, on the other hand, they had to be better than the other tribe in order to survive, and they had to conquer, and they had to destroy everything on the way. And whether we want it or not, this is something that it's still within people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that all white people are terrible and want to kill everybody, but this sense of dominance.
It's
still there.
Yeah, it's still there. It's neocolonialism. It's colonialism all the way through.
Wait. Hayes, where's that joint, man?
So this is because y'all don't speak Portuguese.
Yeah, but I love the language. I have a lot of Portuguese friends. I'm from Jersey. There's a lot of Portuguese people.
If you speak Portuguese and you see that motherfucker speaking, you want to kill yourself and kill everybody who works with him. It's insane. He's like pretty much Trump, but with less filter.
Okay, but do you think that was he the first kind of president that is like that?
Yes,
radical?
He was the first. Yes.
So did this happen because Trump came into office and it felt like there was a change? Like a lot of places, like in Holland, there's a lot of places where they're going so far right and like so radical that they feel like they can just come out. So.
Yeah, I think this conservative wave. With the last few years, he played a big part of it. You see what's happening in Poland.
Okay.
Like poor Poland. I mean, if you're gay in Poland, you should leave the country as soon as you can. This conservative way did play a big role, and he was the first one of the kind.
Okay.
But I think the problem was we were coming, before he got elected, we were coming from 12 years of a left-wing government.
And it's very important to say, not just left, but like left.
Yeah, it was very, actually on the name and on the paper it was very left, but
it was still middle. Like
no, it was not left. I mean,
it was a nice balance.
They were friends with the whole industrial. I mean, with people who had money.
Yeah, okay.
People who had money were still dictating lots of the rules in the country, and the economical policies were. Also thinking about infrastructure and the people with big money. They made a lot of money throughout.
Yeah.
But the thing was, they were left wing, and the president back then, he became president in 2003. His name was Lula. He was left wing, and he was from the workers' union. Typical workers' union guy who didn't go to university, started his political career, became president. His policies were aimed at people with low income, poor black people.
Okay.
So we had a lot of governmental programs which help people go to school, which help people get a little more money. We were growing like almost 10% a year to the GDP. It was crazy.
Okay.
But it was not perfect, obviously. There were a few corruption scandals, as always. And then there was this election which happened in 2014. It was a presidential election, and it was a center right-wing guy against this left-wing party, and it was a crazy election. It was like Biden Trump right now. And
crazy.
And it was for very little the left wing won. But when the left wing won, all the right wing media and all the right wing business organization and stuff, they kind of got together and they said, yes, this government will not stay in power. And they conspired against the government with the fucking vice president.
So Bolsonaro can win or what?
No. This was before Bolsonaro.
Okay.
And then the vice president and president, they broke relations, but he was still the vice president, obviously.
Yeah, and the president.
And they conspired with him and with Congress. What? and they impeached her.
The president.
Yeah.
So just basically what?
Yes. So they impeached her for a crime that it was not even a crime, pretty much.
But she didn't go to jail, obviously.
No. She didn't go to jail.
Just they.
It was a crime. It was a crime that every president do, which is like you have to do the whole balancing of the governmental finances in the end of the year. And sometimes the governments have a lot of debt, and it looks very bad.
Okay.
So what she did was she got a huge loan from the bank, just so the finances of the government will look good.
Okay.
At the end of the year, and then after the whole thing with the finances came out in the press, she just brings the money back to the bank.
Yeah.
So it was just like getting a loan so you don't look broke.
Yeah. Okay.
This is technically a crime, but every single president before her had done it.
Okay.
And there's never been
anybody charged
with anything.
But my question is, if this is a crime technically, and nobody has been caught before,
it's not that nobody has been caught. Everybody knew that people had done this,
but nobody accused them for it.
No, because it was pretty much normal. It's the governmental equivalent of.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Of like riding the train without a ticket.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
If you put it in terms, and then she was impeached. Her vice president, which conspired against her, together with the right wing parties and media, became president, and he was the one who kind of built the path for Bolsonaro's presidency, because he didn't want to run for re-election, so he was president for 2 years only. The election came,
Bolsonaro came in,
and Bolsonaro became the president.
Yeah. Okay.
Like in the same platform that Trump became the president. Fuck immigrants, fuck black people, fuck everybody.
So there's a lot of people around the world who...
China and Russia want to steal money from us. This kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, China is buying everything. That doesn't mean you have to be mad at them.
I mean, we are an agricultural... Yeah, the thing is, we are an agricultural-based country. So our GDP comes from selling agricultural goods to China and meat to China, pretty much. Yeah. It's like you're gonna piss off your only customer. You know, like
bite the hand that feeds you.
This doesn't make any sense. But this motherfucker, he's misogynistic and racist and homophobic.
So he's going on a second term now, I guess, or about to.
2022 is the election.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the problem is that the left wing parties are split, and they can't get into a. They can't form a coalition right now because there's just so many differences between them. It's a huge story. We don't have time for it today. We can do another one just because.
Two-party system like the States?
No, we don't. No. We have something around 30 political parties.
Okay.
But we have the left wing, the right wing, pretty much well defined, and we have the center parties, which are what.
Good mix of the Republicans.
It's not a good mix. It's what makes our country terrible politically, because they will sell themselves to whoever gives more money.
Same with us. Same with my country.
So they've been coalition with the left government. They've been coalition with the right government. It doesn't matter who's in power. Okay, they are there.
Is everybody in the government white then?
Most right now, there's like 2 black people in the government.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's like
it's like structural racism. We are 49% black statistically.
Yeah.
And we've never
the biggest population
50-50.
outside of Africa, black people, is actually in Brazil.
Yes.
So just to let that be known, how many black people are actually in Brazil then?
It's 110 million black people.
Yeah.
The only country in the world which has more black people than Brazil is Nigeria.
Yeah.
And we have never had a black president. For God's sakes, like my city is 70% black. We've never had a black mayor. And
you have 2 black people in politics right now. You just have 2 black people in politics.
No, not in politics, but
no,
in
but I mean like on the
in office.
Yeah, office. Yeah.
In office in the government.
Yeah.
I mean, lower scale politicians. Obviously, there's black people and stuff.
Okay, I was gonna say if you said no,
that would be.
But for instance,
but I don't know. Not be surprised.
I would not go to Brazil anymore.
but there's a few things which are absurd. Like I have never seen a black doctor. I have never seen a black teacher.
What about a lawyer? Black lawyer?
A black lawyer I've seen.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta represent your
exactly. That's
so I've never seen a black doctor, black teacher, and black politicians. No, and I have never seen a black rich person. I don't know any black rich Brazilians
That doesn't play soccer.
that
Yeah.
doesn't play soccer
Yeah.
or is a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
Not even a doctor though. That,
Not
Yeah,
even a
doctors
I mean,
also-
they are out there, but I have never seen them.
Okay.
And this is insane.
Yeah, I'm sure there's at least one.
That's probably like in a WhatsApp group. Yo, I just went to some city and there's a black doctor. You saw that too? Like, that's a good picture, selfie. We just got to put it on Instagram. We'll probably find them.
Yes, like you see Brazilian
Hashtag
advertising. I mean, I
Brazilian.
work with
I wanna
advertising.
fetch it.
Hashtag Brazilian black doctor. Two.
I literally wrote how many black doctors are there in Brazil.
I mean, I work with advertising, and in Brazilian advertising, it's difficult even to suggest putting black people.
Yeah, true. Like Giselle Bündchen,
In
right?
Brazil-
She's like representing Brazil for the
yeah.
models.
She's- her grandparents
Even though
were
she's
German.
half German, I think. half
Also, the
German, half
medical
Brazil.
school. So in Brazil's medical school programs, blacks are only 2.7 of the students.
It's a
They represent
joke.
only 4.56% of graduates in 10 prestigious majors.
We are like,
4%.
yeah,
Bro.
it is insane. And if you think about how many people are in jail, 85% of people that everybody who's in jail in Brazil is black.
Okay.
85% or almost 90% of everybody who has a university degree is white.
Huh. And that's why you see them all over the world.
Exactly. There's no black upper middle class. It doesn't exist. Literally. It's so little that
But there's black middle class somehow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or like that's
It's-
like lower middle. There's like not
it's
really
lower middle class.
Yeah, okay.
it is.
It's not like, for
difficult.
example, like it would be in Frankfurt or something.
Yeah,
Not
I
even
mean,
close.
for instance, my parents have done well in life, comparably well. I mean, when I was a kid, we lived everybody in one room, which was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
I didn't see any of this. I was a kid. I was just having fun.
But I think all of us lived
Yeah.
with our,
Yeah, I was just having fun with my brothers. I have 6 siblings, so it's a lot of people.
All at the same time in the one room?
No,
Okay.
it was 4 of us at the same time.
Okay.
You didn't have it? You did it, I'm sure.
No. I mean,
We
I
was
had-
also in the same room.
I didn't
We
have
was
one
broke.
room. We had, 2 bedrooms. and like
no, sorry, we had like 2
jacuzzi
rooms,
room.
but there was like also like.
I mean, in
8 people.
Croatia,
We had a
you're coming
sauna
from
upstairs.
old Yugoslavian shit. It was not better.
Whirlpool on the deck. Brother.
But anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, we were doing terribly financially. And my dad was working his ass off and everything. But as we grew up, the situation was getting better.
Yeah.
For instance, my dad got a better job. He got a car. We moved away from this favela. I mean, we moved because like when you move away from the
You
favela.
lived in favelas?
Huh?
You lived in favelas?
I mean, I lived in a favela. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But is it like Michael Bay type of favelas?
No, it's not a Michael Bay
That's what I
favela.
asked
No,
in the
no.
beginning. Like it's
It was
like
a
cliche.
very peaceful place.
Okay.
Bro,
Really
beginning
nice.
was 15 minutes ago. I forgot.
It was a peaceful place. And as we moved out, life was definitely getting better. And now it's much better. For instance, I have a brother. He's 5 years old, and he's had a much more comfortable life than I did. Or he has.
Oh shit! Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the medicine.
Love you, G.
But you need ashtray. I'll give you an ashtray. But sorry, continue. I'm listening.
So we're definitely doing better than before, but it's still not like, for instance, my parents have never visited me.
That was going to be my question in the beginning. Is it kind of hard to have any friends or anybody from your original, community or anybody come out here?
Yes,
Like-
I mean, I did have the opportunity to go to a private school on my last years at secondary school.
Yeah.
So I did meet a lot of people who were they had a little bit more money, and a couple of them have visited me
Yeah, okay.
because they had enough funds to do it.
But your parents couldn't.
But my parents couldn't.
Yeah.
And my parents have never visited me, and they refuse to take money if I tell them.
if you pay for the ticket
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay. So what are they just trying to save up on their own, I
Yeah,
guess?
they're like,
Yeah.
next year is going to be
Pride
better, and
Yeah.
then we're going to visit. Next year is going to be better.
But now, I guess through Corona anyway, it's like
Yes.
kind of blocking everything. That's like how I'm feeling right now. I want to get home so bad, and I'm never like fiending to go home like that. But now I would love to be home.
Yes, I was actually thinking about it and plotting to go home again in March.
In March.
Yeah, I was in March this year in Brazil right before the Rona, and
How was
shit
the
was crazy. I was in
restrictions?
Carnival, man.
Oh shit!
Love that shit.
Oh shit! I would love to see a.
Do the men wear the
carnival.
bikinis too, like the women out there?
You're goddamn right.
Maybe after a couple of drinks, I'll be like, ah.
Crazy.
But you're allowed to fly there? Or was it-
Yes, because I am Brazilian still.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
no, I mean like you can fly, but
documents.
like quarantine wise, like that you would have.
yeah,
to
in
worry
Brazil,
about.
it's not like here.
Okay.
First of all,
but when you come back from Brazil,
when I come back from Brazil, then I'm thinking they're gonna lock me up
Yeah.
for a few weeks at least.
so you gotta have like 2 weeks extra vacation.
Yes, but what
Well, depends, bro. Look at it.
I think you don't get. I mean, I can work from home. There's a computer and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
so-
sure.
But how is it now with Corona? How is your work going? Is it going better because motherfuckers are getting drunk or what?
I mean, here. I mean, right now, I'm doing half home office, half going to work, and it's going well. I mean, the thing is, I've realized that if I stay home, I'm not as productive.
Okay.
It's too many distractions. There's the dog and food and PlayStation and my girl working from home too.
Yeah,
and it's
both
just
here and like, hey, be quiet.
it's too much. And so I do like, and I just started actually because I was freelancing before, and I'm actually starting working in an agency and in their structure and everything. So I actually like going, just actually having an office to go to and having my
Focus and leave work there.
There's my desk and then there's even a telephone. Nobody uses this shit no more, but it's there. And it's just better for me at the moment, I think.
Okay. So, but you probably missing the fact that you can't do Afro feels now.
Exactly. Yeah. That's another problem. Yeah. There's no time left for the side projects, which have brought so much joy.
Yeah, you can't even like plan for 2021,
No.
right? Like, because with the way things are looking, I saw like a crazy post. You probably saw it on Instagram where it said, like in the States now, Ticketmaster had put a tweet. Ticketmaster, they're responsible for all the concert tickets and everything. And games, and it said, after 10 months of being closed, basically no concerts and all that stuff, they're thinking about shutting down. And then
what?
Yeah, somebody retweeted and like, 10 months no concert, we're still living by. But it was like crazy though how they responded.
But they're a really huge company.
Yeah, they're a huge company, and also I was thinking like, but I didn't think about it. 10 months with no real events, big events, like big events where you can like really get happy. All those people who were Wonderland, I think they went to, right? Wonderland, yeah. Wonder, whatever it might be, whatever, could be a reggae festival. No festivals, no nothing.
Yeah, bro, don't tell me about it. I'm getting fucking depressed as it is. I'm aware of it.
But you adapt. You guys did it in the park.
Yes, we did in the park.
We had a good one.
Yeah, that was like a really
that was a good
day.
one. That was a good day.
Yeah,
I have to say the DJ at the club was terrible.
That's why I said he was
DJ,
a commercial DJ.
But I don't think. But also, one of our friends talked to the DJ, and it was also, I think, because of first of all, Corona played a big difference because you couldn't dance or anything, and then the second, he even told us that he had to play the way he did because. I'm sure this was part of his excuse, him just not playing good that night, but also part of it was actually he had not the list that he had to play, but he was like, because our friend went to him, he's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And then he was like, well, I have to play this because this guy says, probably the owner of the club, or I don't know.
The word was not to get people too turned.
Oh, okay.
Too turned, or...
That is an actual
Corona,
rule.
Because the cops came in and they were like, yo, don't dance.
They walked through. True.
I had a conversation. I was like, I'll be your...
The whole thing is, now they're closed because everybody's closed. But I was talking to the owner, and he was very sad actually about it. I mean, you know him. He parties hard.
Yeah.
So is he the owner? Who's the owner?
Well, he runs it, right?
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah, the black guy.
He's the owner, yeah.
Yeah, so he's the owner.
He's the owner, yeah.
I thought he was just running programs there.
No, he's the owner.
He's the owner.
Yeah.
Okay. So when he wanted to bring us to do the party there, actually that was the owner. I thought he was just the...
But it was also a busy night.
It's his club.
Okay, cool.
And you have a...
Lighter? I have a lighter.
And And he was telling me how horrible it has been because every time the DJ got too turned, he had to go down.
He had to go down. Yeah.
It's so weird how to be in a club.
Don't get
people are there
people
for
too
music.
excited.
Yeah.
But that's a terrible job for a DJ. Imagine like you'll play, and then when you're like get your jam, then somebody comes and like kills your jam. Put it down, put it down.
Switch the song.
And then people are coming to you and say, "Can you play something better?"
Tell me what you want. What you want.
Corona, am I right?
Yeah.
Something like a phenomena.
No,
But-
so I think next year is gonna bring some crazy new rules, right?
Yeah,
So,
I don't think we're done.
So if we
I don't think
had
Corona is-
parties like that, if we had stuff like what was it, Gruna Shoina, the garden spot on the mine,
That was pretty good.
that was good. You know, like
Shout out to
everybody
Manfredas for that.
adapted in some kind of weird way, you know, but it's not. It doesn't satisfy you all the way, but you know, it's a start.
I think I talked to Ekwa. I was at Ekwa's place today. I talked with Ekwa actually about this. I don't think he thinks we're back next year. I don't think we're back next year.
Back next year.
I'm not gonna.
No.
I'm not being very
Too
optimistic
optimistic?
about it.
No,
either.
because I was thinking about already doing also something for Just Like Butter. I just had ideas. I wouldn't start organizing now, obviously, but I just I was just a couple of ideas had in my mind, and then I remember I was like, I don't know. It's so far away, but it's so far away yet so close when it comes down to Corona. I don't think we're not going to be back.
I really, if I was a betting man, sometimes I am. But like,
What if he was what?
gambling man?
Betting man.
Yeah. If I was gonna bet and shit, then I would say like 3 to 4 years is gonna be like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And that's what a friend of mine said. He's a microbiologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the time frame that he gave.
Yo,
Actually, I said 5
Kevin,
at work when I was talking with my
so
colleagues.
you're working in pharma, right?
Yeah.
So are you aware about the Minds?
BioNTech.
Yeah, and the guy
from
who's about to be the richest man ever.
and Minds actually.
So what's your we were actually today when we went to get a kebab, we were passing literally BioNTech.
Oh, okay.
So what's your opinion on that?
You would be crazy to take it because something that usually takes 10 years to make with long studies and everything like that. You can make that in a couple months. There's no study to show how it's going to work with pregnant women. There's no studies to show how that's going to affect the fetus of somebody who didn't even have or is not even pregnant yet. That's just a start. Old people, they're going to test on old people. What is that going to do when they're just going to die anyway? That doesn't give us any kind of data. You need to start on young people. It has to be such a wide range. And what their plan is to do with old people, and they're about to die and they already have problems just because they're easily more affected. So they think, okay, if we show that we can cure all them, then they already signed a big deal with Germany. Like this one, they already went there and already secured that Germany's going to have like 100 million, I think.
I think for European Union, 300 million.
300? For Germany, I think it's 100 alone.
But my thing is you're in pharma, nobody can produce.
Well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I
There's
know,
no way
but
that somebody should do it. That would be like my personal thing, not even work-wise.
I know, but it's not even possible to have a vaccine not even a year after.
Well, they said 90%, so.
No, but I'm saying not even 2, 3. I'm talking like 10 years for
We've
it.
just seen a lot of studies just to see what's going to happen, just for something to.
I'm telling you, people are gonna get it. Like even our friend.
Everybody's going to have it sooner or later.
No, I ain't getting no vaccine now.
No corona.
No,
Like COVID.
no, I'm saying about
2021, whatever.
No, everybody's gonna have. Yeah, but like my thing is vaccine. Like people are gonna get it. A lot of people. Like even guys, like 2 days ago, I'm get it. I'm like, yo, do you even know what you're putting in yourself?
We can just
I
watch
think that the whole thing with vaccines. I'm a very pragmatic person in general, and I've seen the last few weeks a lot of people on social media being against, not just against vaccines, but saying that this whole corona thing is bullshit and everything. And I mean, corona in general, this whole pandemic time, it's like a full plate for conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And it just get people fired up on crazy shit that they would think that it's crazy and everything. And we have to understand, I think the first thing that we have to understand is that there's no reason why the government would try to kill you, because we are the ones who pay taxes and we are the ones who make wealth.
There's too many people in the world.
There's too many. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. Actually, they do. Like, we need to get rid of people.
I mean, Davi Ricardo, he was one of the first big liberal economists. He was in the 18th century, 19th century around, and he was 2 million. Like back then, he was like less than 2 billion people in the world, and he was already talking about having 2 billion people.
Yeah,
he was.
No, but honestly, like future population growth is actually dangerous. We're heading in a very, very dangerous. We're gonna literally have too much people. Like 2 billion, maybe motherfucker is stupid, but like we're reaching
how
like
many? We're
at 7, like
Yeah.
we're at 7.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like in 10 years, we're gonna be towards 15.
I mean, overpopulation has always been a concern. That's the thing.
Yeah, but now the rate now is so much
But
greater
your
and
point
faster.
was that it's not good business for the government to kill us off.
Exactly.
But in knowing of the vaccine. But my thing is, it has nothing to do with just the government. It's also a lot of lobbyists. So these big companies, I don't want to say their names because maybe I work for one. But
the big pharma. Let's call them the big pharma.
They have people that are there to make sure that their drugs go through, knowing that the side effects are
blah blah
are going to be this and that. But they don't. Whatever, they're going to pay the 400 million 10 years later because they already made billions.
Yes, there's obviously concerns about that. I mean, if you're talking about a diabetes drug or like a headache drug or something like this that has to go through and you can make a lot of money out of it. Yes.
Yeah. Vaccines also, they don't have the regulations like those drugs.
But we're talking about pandemic which literally stopped the world.
Yeah.
If people don't go to work, if people don't produce, if they don't make wealth, there's no reason why there would be a whole organized economy. That's the thing. Like, obviously, the big pharma, like pharmaceutical companies, they have an agenda that they are pushing through.
Yeah.
And
for the stockholders around the world.
Yes, obviously, they have an agenda that they're pushing through. But what if we have to wait until everybody gets this shit?
Yeah.
What is there's no vaccine at all? Yeah. How hurtful this will be to everybody's lifestyle?
But it's
and the
first of all, already it is,
we're being
and
controlled.
But we are not
pay the same bills. It's not. Our taxes are the same. Our sales taxes.
Even
are the same.
Did you see what happened in fucking LA?
No.
Like before Corona, LA was like woohoo. Corona happened. People were like, "What the fuck?" Like the state wanted to raise taxes by 16%, bro. Same with New York. Like they even like in America, they're even raising taxes. So it's fucking crazy, right? But my thing is, it's already is bad, and I don't think we're even aware of it. Like market maybe doesn't look like we're on a downfall, but it's definitely.
They're gonna open the doors right before Christmas this year. We're gonna be on lockdown until then. They're gonna close it down.
I really hope they can.
And then, because it's New Year's, they don't want people partying and stuff, but they need to have the last budget come, and then we're going back into lockdown until something comes. The control is definitely there. They want that control. Like that's my whole opinion. Maybe they don't want us to die off that quickly. That might be right because they need to have the money come in, especially now in a year like this. But
they don't care about small businesses.
They don't really.
Bro, explain me this. Louis Vuitton up in Houtwagen is fucking open, and there's a line every time. Because last week I went there.
Because the rich get richer and the poor get poor. You don't know.
Every time I pass Louis Vuitton, bro, there's a 5-meter minimum line to Louis Vuitton. Can you explain me this? How can this be open? And my boy Rava cannot open a coffee shop.
Yeah,
small business.
This definitely.
Okay.
I mean, the way in which they decide what stays open, what stays closed, I also do not agree.
Yeah. But now, since March, they've done everything. So they had to be fair because in the first couple of months they did, what was it? Schools, playgrounds, all that stuff.
But now
they opened back up. But now it's like all the stuff that wasn't closed before is definitely closed now. Like just fuck every restaurant. And okay, they had that before though.
But my thing is like, come on, are you fucking kidding me?
You can't
like, if you want to stop something, then completely stop it and kill the whole city. Don't have like, you have to wear, for example, you have to wear a mask at Bergerstraße or like on a street or like on tile, but here you don't have to wear a mask. Kids can go to school and everything can be normal, but you cannot get a coffee at the coffee shop, which is less people than kids in the classroom. Like, are you fucking kid? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're closing it. I'm from Yugoslavia. We got used to it. So if you close it completely. Shut off the whole fucking country. Or don't, because I think this is...
Because they would have to pay way too much money on everybody.
I think it's... at the end, I think it's manipulation and just, pivoting around just to fuck with people. And maybe... have some agenda behind.
I mean that's the thing. I don't understand the way in which the decisions are made on what stays open and what stays closed. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. But the idea that the government's just fucking with people, for me, I mean, this I do not agree, and I don't understand, because this would be just way too sick. I mean, the government needs people. They need people to. I mean, they need business to be run. They need people to make money.
But they need to control it in any way possible. You know, like every aspect of it and stuff. That's why certain people only go to jail. That's why only certain people are controlled. Yeah. That's why people who are like, don't pay taxes for years, all of a sudden get picked out. And you see, you know, when you hear and how like, it's just crazy how stuff works. So I think it's not the government per se, but the rules that have been set up allows it to be done into large groups here, definitely.
I mean, I always, when I look at German situation in general, I always have a little hope in the government in general, because I mean, my parents are in Brazil. In Brazil, nothing closed. Yeah, nothing closed.
Okay.
Nothing closed.
Still.
And we are the second highest in death and contamination
after the States.
Yeah.
Shit.
People are no shit's going down, bro. Like my parents
States
are not living home no more.
133,000 in 1 week.
Yeah.
133,000. But it's also bigger. But you know, like still that number is just
it doesn't add up, and the whole country is going to shit. Because people can't close, because the government is not giving money. The government is not going to give money to people to stay
that's
home.
why they don't want it to close then.
And they don't want it to close, and it's just out of this world chaos because nothing closed. And people can't get any governmental assistance anymore.
But there you say that the government is definitely fucking with people.
No, I'm not saying that it's fucking with people. But the thing is,
it's a fucked up situation.
It's a fucked up situation, and the government literally doesn't have the tools necessary to attend the population's needs. For instance, the government doesn't have money to give to everybody. They should, but they don't. And here in Germany, there is always the option. I mean, for instance, people in a cafe. I mean, if you have a legit businesses in Germany and you're closed, the government's giving you money. It's not crazy lots of money, but they're keeping your business alive. They are not leaving you alone, just closed, making just debts and debts. They're giving money to you. And thinking that the government is actively fucking with people doesn't make sense when they are using taxpayer money to keep your business alive while you close. I mean, it's like having people on Kurzarbeit.
Yeah.
You know, like Kurzarbeit is something that just exists in Germany.
Yeah.
And I have the feeling, when I saw a lot of people complaining about it.
We all pay into the system.
But this is the only system which gives back to you if you need it.
Bro, my friend is on Tenerife Island right now, getting paid for not working for the last 6 months. So I don't know. I think he won life, bro. I think he just won life.
Where's he at?
He's at Tenerife.
Oh, okay.
Tenerife.
I don't think that's
Tenerife.
Tenerife.
I don't think that's a risk zone.
Tenerife. Tenerife. I don't fucking, but you know what I mean. Like
now I do when I say it.
I mean, that's the only country where people do that, where the government does that, actively giving you money. Yeah. And I mean, if the government was trying to fuck with people, they would do what the Brazilian government's doing. Because then we all go to shit. No, just don't open everything. Don't open anything. Don't close anything.
But they still have soccer games and everything still?
No, the stadiums are empty.
Empty, okay.
But the competition's still running, but
like the small
empty.
shops are still open because they don't care.
We are just not having concerts. That's all.
Concerts?
I mean, the only thing that we're not having is big crowd events.
Okay.
Everything else has not gone out of normality.
Okay. Oh, I thought you
don't even have to wear a mask in school.
I don't know, but I know I'm fucked.
Why is that?
Because of Corona, man. Like I have no work, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm fucked. I think we're just. Have you
ever thought about like shooting other types of stuff then for work, like pornos?
It's thriving right now. The business.
Well, honestly, bro, if it comes down
could you ever picture yourself doing that?
I was almost about to do one.
Yeah, as you were like leading actor.
No.
Filming, producing, acting, directing.
I almost did one 3 years ago with a friend of mine.
Okay.
And both of them were cool to shooting. It was even their idea. Because the money, bro, you can get so much money. It's ridiculous.
You gotta adapt. And I
You
mean,
can get so much, bro. Like for a 10-minute porno shot with an iPhone, like handheld, like point of view or whatever, you can get up to like 20K, 30K.
Yeah, iPhone better be good quality.
No, I'm just no, bro.
Like
I'm just saying. No, like, for that
3D
homemade type category porno, you can get up to 30K. So imagine what I would make with like 4K cameras and lights and sets and shit. You know what I mean? So we were really like, we had a business plan. We wanted to do it, and then I had a conversation with my pops, and my pops was just like, my pops is cool. He's cool with whatever I do.
What would your name have been?
Bro, obviously I would use a pseudonym. I would use a pseudonym.
Dickinson.
Dickinson. No. Anyway, and then he told me like, he's like, okay, cool, but are you sure you want to be doing this? And I'm like, well, it's good money. And then he said, yeah, but the way you're talking, you want to become big and like very big in life, successful. So people who usually come to this levels of success, they it's easier to get to dig up dirt on them. So like, I'm sure if you're gonna be,
but there's a lot of actors who were porn stars and stuff. What was his name?
Male actors.
Male.
There's one I really like. She's a redhead.
White male.
What's her name? She's a redhead, but I don't know. Anyway, I did not do porno, but if it comes down to it, I might.
Yeah, you gotta adapt.
You got something for me?
No, I'm just saying. You were just talking about how hard it is work, and I was just no events.
You were just fucking with me, huh?
No.
Shit,
short
man.
movies.
Tom, thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. It's been fun.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I had fun, bro.
I gotta write that list now down with the one.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the PDF.
Okay. Guys, thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Peace.